we got up to 6.
I see notes on the 8th though. Yeah.
On 8?
On the 8th I see stuff circled, Degorgons.
Yeah.
Circle. There's.
I mean, it's been so long. I don't.
Yeah. Well, we'll go.
Very well back up to the 6 if you want.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we definitely went to 6. So maybe I think we had 9, 10, and 11 to do. Maybe that was the last thing to us.
Yeah, because I don't have anything on 9.
Okay. So we'll take care of that today. So I'll bring up them on my screen. So do you want to start at 8 and then just see how that goes, and if it feels good, then we move on.
Sure.
Okay, Eothina, number 8. All right. Oh yeah, we did this one. I do remember this one.
Manifestation.
Yes, you have tried to repress the memory.
Yep. We'll
did it more than once too, as I recall.
We'll just
several times
we'll
because there was some pain here.
So
deep hurting.
So Neagie, glory to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit. The fervent tears of Mary were not shed in vain, for behold, she hath been counted worthy of being instructed by angels and of seeing thy countenance, O Jesus. Yet as a wee woman, she still minded earthly things. Therefore she was turned back, that she might not touch thee, O Christ. Howbeit she was sent as a herald to thy disciples, and telling them the good tidings. She proclaimed thine ascent unto thy paternal inheritance, together with her account us all anything you want to go over?
She proclaimed thine ascent, the bottom of
Mhm.
page 22. For some reason, it got a little hinky for me.
Wait, bottom of 22?
Mm-hmm. She proclaimed thine ascent.
Oh, okay, yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that she was sent, as opposed to she proclaimed thine ascent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, we can look at that. Anything else before we look at that?
Yeah, but let's do that first.
Okay. Neagie, she proclaimed thine ascent.
I'm losing it after the ascent.
Alright. Bottom of the second page, Sean. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yep. Okay, so where are you losing it?
After ascent.
Okay.
And I get the scent
So
part,
I'm
but then
scent.
after I hold that Eson, I don't know if I'm losing the paper bed.
Alright, let's do it
So I'm
slower.
throwing me off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if that
Same place?
clarifies it. Yeah, she
Yeah.
proclaimed. She proclaimed thine ascent.
Okay, I'm having a hard time holding the notes. That's what's going on.
I
I'm
would.
rushing.
Just
Yeah.
just wanting to push forward.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I'm getting
Okay.
messed up.
Let's do it
Okay.
again.
Mhm.
She proclaimed thine ascent. Was that
Yeah, that was
okay?
definitely very, very helpful.
Anyone else? And we can do that up tempo as well, if that is helpful.
Yeah, the back the last page,
Mhm.
basically probably starting from together, that
Mhm.
soft chromatic bed, and then manifestation.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right again.
Yeah, just take it from the.
Mm-hmm.
It does that scale change.
Neagie together with her account us also worthy of thy manifestation, O sovereign Lord. Back
Right.
to account is also
Yeah,
worthy.
I see what the problem is now, and I've actually got it written out here, but I was screwing up that.
Oh, the was that the 3 Miragon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
Diargon.
I'll read what my.
Oh, this is a Diargon. The 3
yeah,
Miragon is the middle one.
Yeah.
Weirdly. Accounta. So the entire phrase together, or together. Together with her, I count us also worthy. So that one right there. So so I just heard little discrepancies in there.
Yeah, and then you hold that for 2.5. Oh, 3.5.
Mm-hmm. 3.5.
That's what was throwing it off. We were
Yeah,
thinking a lot longer than
Yeah. Yeah, because technically it should be
Right.
yeah 4 beats, and then we
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
half taken off.
They say, but why is the note going up when they still have 4? It's actually, when they say 4, you count to 3, and you go up with the gorgon. Right?
You count to 3.5.
3.5. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that full set is 4.
It goes up, but I'm
So it'd
surprised
be-
it wouldn't have written 3, and then because it's the same note. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
You see what I mean?
the 4 is there to tell you that it's 4 until the bar line, not 3. Not how long that note is.
Oh, okay.
The 4 is there to tell you what is your next grouping.
Oh,
And so that just says the
It's
next grouping is not a
confusing.
duple, it's a quadruple.
okay.
So that's from that note,
So that's
wherever that
related to
4
the
happens
bar
to
line.
be,
Oh,
that tells you how long until the next bar line. So it'll be 4
that should
beats.
go to the bar line.
Mhm.
Oh.
Is that
Yes, I
clear to
didn't know
everybody?
that. Okay, now I know.
yeah? So then it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 2, 1, 2.
Right.
So
Yeah. Okay.
so worthy. Worthy.
Yeah.
And then manifestation, is it okay or?
Yeah, we can try it again.
Of thy manifestation, O sovereign Lord. Mm-hmm. Anything else in there?
I don't think so.
One question for me on the second page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th line, essentially. Howbeit she was sent as a herald. Was that okay?
Probably not.
Oh.
Let's just do that one real quick.
Sure.
Howbeit she was sent as a herald. Cool. That's not fine to me there. Any questions? Alright. Shall we move on?
Ready?
Yuki.
So number 9. So we go back to the classics. We go back to the best of the best. We go to Plagal 1.
Yay!
So and the word here at the bottom of the second page is founder, which I didn't know was a word. I thought it would be flounder.
Founder.
To
Founder, where?
so
Founder.
yeah, at the bottom of the second page,
Oh, the second.
founder,
Mhm.
and the
Yes,
nuance
it
there.
is.
So I thought flounder because Thomas is not doing so well, and so I thought he was like bouncing around as like a fish. But founder is, I think it's for a ship to sink,
Right. Yeah. it's
something like that.
Take on water and.
Yeah, and then it makes
Or
more
for a
sense.
horse to go down.
Okay.
Yeah. When horses founder,
Oh, really?
they go down. They
Well, I don't think it's, I mean, I've only heard it in reference to ships. I don't know.
Huh.
Horses
horses
is that.
founder. Yeah.
What do you know?
Yeah, so to founder in the billows of unbelief.
So people can founder too.
Yep.
Mhm.
Thomas did it.
Thomas
Yes.
did it. So I can do it.
Yeah. So he foundered in the billows of unbelief.
That is very expressive.
Mhm. And then on the third page, wherefore is a fun one.
So is that going to chromatic when he founders? Does it fall? Shouldn't it fall?
It does.
Chromatic?
Well, it falls,
Sort.
but
But not into deep chromatic.
no, not the. It's not. It's not that big of a fall.
Because it's
It was blessed.
Oh yes, that's right. Is it blessed fall?
Blessed disbelief.
That's true. That's true.
Also because the sentence before, thou didst not abandon Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
so he couldn't founder too badly.
Yeah.
He was not being abandoned.
Yeah, because then Christ showed himself. Alright. So, need more time or shall we?
It's gonna be more
On the
rhythm
second
here.
line, second page, the fourth line where it goes in enharmonic,
Yep.
and it switches back to hard. It switches to hard chromatic, No.
Nope.
diatonic.
Mm-hmm.
So that implies that it's in harmonic the whole time up to there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's just your Zoes. Your any Zo in there.
Yeah.
That's just that nuance there.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit's got a lot of notes.
Yep.
Actually, Smear has a lot of notes.
Yeah.
And rhythms. Notes and rhythms.
Anes. Glory to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit. Was that good?
Yeah.
Alright.
Mm.
Let's keep going.
Mhm.
In these latter times, thou camest to thy friends at evening of the first day of the week, O Christ, and by thine entry, whilst the doors were shut, thou by a wonder didst confirm a wonder, even thy resurrection from the dead. Then thou didst fill the disciples with joy, and didst impart the Holy Spirit to them, and didst bestow on them authority to forgive sins. Moreover, thou didst not abandon Any thoughts before we start going through stuff?
Okay. It got harder after moreover, though. It's not.
Yeah.
From here to the end, it's just.
Yeah, that's about where
I
it started to
think
fall
that's
apart.
where I
Although
fell
that was
apart.
pretty solid.
I
Yeah.
I didn't know if you could
Oh.
briefly go over.
Well, it was
any
more
of
solid than the ending.
that. Well,
Yeah, the
maybe.
ending was really bad. I started losing it, and that's
I lost
in
it
part the
after
Holy
moreover.
Spirit because
And I'm-
I started losing the intervals.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm losing track of the scale changes.
Okay.
I'm afraid which ones after abandon, for example, would
Mhm.
to abandon, and then I don't know what happened. Oh well.
Oh, I forgot a scale change too. Huh? There's a hard chromatic scale change in there on Founder.
Mm-hmm.
There is a hard chromatic.
Yeah, I know.
I just assumed I assumed it was the other one facing the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And there was diatonic. But then
See, I'm
our
losing
Mart
track,
deity
I know.
tells us
That it's not.
No.
that it's not. Yeah, and our Fora is correct. Okay. So we want to start at moreover.
So weird. Sorry.
Moreover,
Okay.
penultimate line of the second page.
What are
Okay. Yeah.
What are we entering into abandon? What scale? I
That's just
forgot.
enharmonic.
Oh,
That's just telling you.
That's enharmonic entry. We're not leaving it. We're entering it there.
Yeah.
Abandon, right?
So that
And
if
it
it's
ends-
and in Thomas.
Right. That's one. That's I thought. And then we go back to. It's still in
To
harmonic.
founder in the
Okay, then
billows of unbelief.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
That's
Yeah,
a
that makes
four.
more sense.
See,
I mean,
we
it's
didn't-
kind
well,
of
we
funny.
did the leaf right.
That's it.
Got that right.
It's funny because like one of those patterns, I was kind of like, this seems very uncharacteristic for Plagal 1, and it's because it's not Plagal 1, it's hard chromatic. Plagal 2.
And then we switch scales.
Yeah, then it's back to diatonic.
Mm-hmm.
We just stayed in diatonic.
So we
Yep.
we just stayed in it.
Now we're
That-
gonna
okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna
well,
go back anyway. Why change?
Yep.
That is my attitude towards most of this. I just stay in diatonic, and that's why I get my intervals messed up.
Well, this part confused me now. I get it.
All right.
And the Thora is after founder. I'm trying to.
Yep,
think.
yep. On
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't
Founder.
make much of a change, does it?
No, there it does. There it makes a big change.
Mhm.
That's the hard chromatic change.
Oh, the hard, this soft. Okay, that's. Okay.
Yeah, and
You're
harmonic.
going- Or no, you're not.
We're going into
harmonic.
deep chromatic.
Yep.
Hard chromatic.
Yep, the intense
Lucky,
chromatic.
lucky.
So,
Befitting unbelief.
yeah. So, moreover, that is not abandoned, Thomas, to founder in the billows of unbelief. Wherefore, oh, you guys
Well,
had
okay,
me.
well, at least we straighten out the chromatic scale.
Yes.
I feel better about that. I don't feel better if we're.
You don't feel bad about that, huh?
No, I don't feel better.
So moreover
I feel
is
better about
fine.
what
Now
to say.
wherefore, all
That-
these
that's the
transitional
other-
phrases.
Okay. But once we get through this, it'll be
Okay, wherefore? Talk to me, anybody.
It's the rhythmy things
Mm-hmm.
that are
Also.
causing problems. It's the rhythmy on the double notes. Yeah.
Hmm.
And there's an interval. I swear that second one has an interval that I'm not getting. It sounds off.
Okay. So do you want me to write it on the board, or? Should we just sing it?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's sing it.
Just sing it. If we do it a little bit slower.
Wherefore. One more time.
Yeah.
Wherefore. Should we do it on Nipapu?
No.
Okay.
No. Stop that.
So all those gorgons are kind of like feeding each other, except for the last one where you just like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. There's we're going after that, so
Yes.
you get the full note there.
Yep.
But it's the apostrophe that caught me a little bit. Because you stopped there briefly.
Oh yeah.
It's not a continuum, you stop briefly.
Yep, you just stop there, because there's no rhythm acting on it. Okay, one more time.
Sure.
Faster or?
Yeah.
One. Sorry. I don't know what speed I went. So let's do from right before unbelief, and then we'll go right into it.
Sorry, we're in?
Billows in the billows of unbelief. Wherefore. Is that okay? And the hardest part there is probably just to get the where.
Yeah.
Where.
That's cat, right? From
That's knee.
knee?
Yep.
Because you're on top, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else in there?
That's right, I guess it's a 5/4 key.
Yep.
No. Like it seemed like it was pretty solid right up until like that last part, and then it's something that just sort of all fell apart. But I mean, otherwise, we're pretty good at playing one.
Yep. So do it again from the beginning.
Yeah.
The
glory.
Yep. Glory to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit. In these latter times thou camest on thy friends at evening of the first day of the week, O Christ, and by thine entry, whilst the doors were shut, thou by a wonder didst confirm a wonder, even thy resurrection from the dead. Then thou didst fill the disciples with joy, and didst impart the Holy Spirit to them, and didst bestow on them authority to forgive sins. Moreover, thou didst not
The only part that seemed hard is fences.
Mhm.
What's the fences part?
Mhm.
Should say of the fences, right? Of fences.
Oh,
You want to sing offenses one more time?
Where's
That
that?
was
Offenses?
a little.
Oh,
was
yeah,
a little
yeah, yeah.
difficult.
Let's do end the remission.
Wherever it's yes.
And the remission of offenses. Is that good? Or
Yeah, no,
just
it's a long note. It's a long. You have to the offenses part.
the just right in there. And then sometimes people will go, so that's just what people, some people do.
Can we, because I missed this twice now, I think.
Hmm?
1, 2, 3, 4. Page 2,
Page 2.
4th line from the bottom, and did bestow on them authority.
Sure.
I always end up on the wrong note. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong.
And did bestow on them authority to forgive sins.
One more time.
And did bestow on them authority to forgive sins.
Okay.
Cool. Any other questions before we just move on?
I think so.
Alright, so that was number 9. Let's go to number 10. Plagal 2. Another favorite of the Byzantine world.
Especially when you're sitting around, you're drinking a beer, it's
Yep.
summer, you still want to Plagal too.
Yeah, it's kind of what I want to do it.
Mood,
Yes.
Plagal-tude mood.
Yeah.
I'm in a
Plagal-tude mood.
Yeah.
I am very often.
Yes.
Actually, I didn't say that.
Yep. So,
The latest hit CD.
yeah.
And goes back into I'm in a Plagal too kind of mood.
That's a play on words too instead of mode. It's mode.
Yes.
So. So, third line of the second page, lost heart. You kind of lose heart there.
Again, the ships and the nets. Oh,
Yep.
look at those scale changes all over the
Yep.
universe.
And no draught of fishes whatsoever. This one's, if I recall, I have to look at what gospel this one's for. But I believe this is the one where it says they caught 153 fish in the net on one of the sides, or on both sides, or whatever it is.
Yeah,
So-
on both sides.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that briefly because there's different opinions on what that means, but I like one of them. I
You
like
mean
the other
what the
one
number
too.
means?
Why are they so specific?
What that is an interesting thing because they're very specific about the feeding of the loaves to the
Mhm.
masses. 1, 4,000, 5,000,
Mhm.
excluding the actually sick.
Yeah, and then one
excluding
is
the children.
yeah.
And then they're very specific. I
Sometimes
think
it's 5
to-
loaves, sometimes it's 7 loaves.
It's to give the sense that this actually happened. This was a physical thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
There it is.
What?
Well, I was trying to figure out like how you got from hard chromatic, all of a sudden it's saying it's
Yeah, I don't
changing
even where
from
we're,
diatonic back to hard chromatic.
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
that. There's the hard chromatic.
On a great multitude,
There's the
or-
diatonic change.
where
right
are
there.
we changing from to what?
All over
Where
the
do we
place.
It's
start?
all over the damn place. That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
where do we start?
Well, we start in hard chromatic. So I go
I
through.
know it's hard chromatic. Then where
So
do we
let's
go
walk
to?
it. Let's walk through the scale
Maybe
changes,
we
starting with the
should.
first
Yeah, that
line.
would help me. Sorry.
Okay, after thy descent to Hades, on 2 we
Yes.
go into diatonic, and that's
Right.
pa diatonic,
Mhm.
Right.
and then we stay there.
Stay there until
Till the end of
lost.
line 1.
Yep,
No,
and then we
until
go
rural. Oh, wait a minute.
until dead, and then right
Oh,
after
God,
that,
there's one there. I can't even see it.
then
What
that's
is that? Now we're going back into
that's hard
Now
chromatic,
you're in hard chromatic.
hard
the-
chromatic, right?
and then we stay there, and then on lost, the third line,
Right.
we have enharmonic,
Enharmonic.
so it just changes your local scale.
Right.
At thy sep, on sep, we go back into hard chromatic from the.
Ooh, I missed that one.
Then-
where is,
Fourth line, beginning of the fourth line.
Yep.
oh, that's hard
Separation.
chromatic. Now, when you say enharmonic
Mm-hmm.
for that particular phrase, what does that mean? I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
just a.
reviewing. I
uh,
forgot.
That's the intervals where you have 6, 12, 12 beneath the note that it
Okay.
sits on. So, since they naturally lost heart. You don't really need it because
You're
hard
not
chromatic
changing-
already
that's
has
just kind
it.
of
Are you
interesting phrase
changing
there,
the
just going up
scale?
and
I mean,
down.
you're not changing.
Hmm?
I mean, you're still in chromatic. aren't you? No, wait, you're hard chromatic. Yeah.
That well, it's that little part becomes enharmonic, and I think that's just because it's borrowed from the enharmonic set. It wouldn't be part of hard chromatic, so they just write it there because it's not part of the hard chromatic set, maybe.
What? What does that mean? Not
Like
hard
all the
chromatic.
patterns, you know how the patterns fit to
Yeah.
tone, plagal to.
Oh, but that.
Yeah, that's a plagal one, enharmonic
I
thing.
see. So that's
Oh,
just
okay.
a set. I'll just put
Yeah,
And then we go back to hard chromatic with sep, right? Or
sep.
not?
Yep.
Oh,
Then-
we're in hard chromatic except for the enharmonic. Then we
Mhm.
stay in hard chromatic.
Yep. And that just tells us to change the entire scale back. Again, the ships. Then we go ke diatonic on ships,
Oh,
and that's just
But
so
we
that our
don't
knee.
see it.
just for ships.
But we don't stay there.
Again the ships and the
Then we go
nets.
to hard chromatic.
So instead of again the ships and the nets, so we just get a lower
Okay.
knee.
Yes, that makes
And no draught of
Oh.
fishes whatsoever,
yes.
but appearing to them, thou as the master of all didst. We go into diatonic from
Mhm.
the.
Well, and no draft of fish. What is happening there? Just and with the lead. Oh, wait a minute.
Nothing.
Well, it's still,
Nothing,
it's
you're already in
still-
hard
it's
chromatic,
still
that's just,
yeah.
marked
It's
as
That's
just
just
kinda-
oh,
It's just kind of reminding.
it's reminding you still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And just command them. Then on after them, we go back into hard chromatic from thee. We switch it back and forth on these.
Wait a minute.
Uh,
Oh, dits goes into when you say dits, it's going to diatonic.
Diatonic.
mm-hmm. From
Then
thee.
hard chromatic again.
And then at the last line of that page, was a great multitude, goes into diatonic thee. And then after that,
Oh, wait, no, you're in Castor and you're switched to hard chromatic there, right?
Yep, Castor Nitz.
Yes.
Oh, is that what you said? Okay, fine.
Yeah, you're
Then
right.
was a great multitude above the a great multitude going
Yeah,
into
is diatonic thee.
yeah we're going
And then
into
later
diatonic.
on
Oh my god, okay,
in-
and then you
In the middle of mole,
In
yeah,
the middle of mall we're not
you switch back into
Mole, yeah.
diatonic, or sorry, hard chromatic.
Man, this is
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
Yep.
wow that's strange.
You don't like us, do you?
So you're diatonic for part of the word.
For a
Yeah.
Is that kind of absurd? I'm sorry. I'm willing to buy a
no.
lot of this, like
Wait,
Wow.
picture painting of word, music painting, and word painting.
the next thing,
Sands are like hard chromatic, but what the
I
hell did
think-
Walter do in the middle of that to like
I don't know.
the next thing I think we have to
justify a change to hard
we have
chromatic?
to start composing, I think, and then
Somebody got a little get carried away here.
Okay, so then we go to
and then the
supper.
next page, and a strange supper. We go
Yes.
into diatonic on
Oh.
per of supper, and that's pa diatonic, and then ready. We go into hard chromatic from
Oh,
thee.
Professor.
Wow.
And that's not thee, that is a knee. And that becomes our thee hard chromatic,
Hmm.
which
Oh,
then
this is-
means that we got
So, yeah, so now, like,
the moment we so
how
go-
could you? I mean, Isn't that kind of absurd? Changing the middle of a word or like a syllable of
No.
ready.
There's a theology
There's
here.
no theology. This is.
And
No,
Nick will
I-
tell
this
us
is-
the theology.
It could be the composer.
Okay, so
This
you want
is
me here?
satanic.
Let me here. Can you guys sing the Eson for me?
What?
Where? What? Where?
We're gonna sing the Eson. So, and a strange supper.
We
And a
haven't
strange
finished.
supper. What? Oh,
Okay.
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 Where are you?
So
Listen,
last
last
page.
page,
Last
page.
page.
26.
Top of
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay. So you guys are gonna. So you guys are gonna sing the Eson.
Where's your pop?
So. Let's bring it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And a strange supper. And a strange supper ready on the shore. And then count us also worthy now to rejoice spiritually. So that's kind of so it's the upper ready. Otherwise you'd have supper ready. It's not as nice. It's not as nice. From a compositional
Not
standpoint.
nice.
Yes.
From a compositional standpoint, you
So
would never
there's
do
no
that.
deep
So,
theology.
so-
oh yeah, I was gonna say. So the demands of the music, demands of the art, are serving the.
No, and a strange supper ready. It's a curious supper, so you get hard chromatic, but then it's ready and it's there for them to partake.
Why isn't it?
You know, I mean,
Then why
if,
isn't-
if you think about it, like if you look at this gospel thing, they're out on the sea and then they look back and they're like, wait, it's Jesus, and then he's there and he's already got fish. He told them to go out and get fish, and he's already got fish, and he's cooking them for them for them to eat.
Sing with my mind.
Exactly. Well, that's the
I'll
thing.
grant you all that. I just wanted why is it hard chromatic and on the second syllable of ready?
Oh, on the second.
There's a
Oh,
multitude. no?
then it goes hard chromatic. You mean
It goes-
why it switches to
yes.
hard chromatic on?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, because you need on the shore.
Well, why don't you switch it on?
Oh, because then that would be a ga. It's really weird. So it's a lot easier to put that symbol there on E, so you know where to go from there, as opposed to putting it on because one on is already affected. That's already a ga in hard chromatic, so it's got a different interval. So that already makes it confusing.
So sorry, on Y you're on the E you're on.
That would be the hard chromatic. In terms of placing that little thora, thores, one of them, on ready,
Mm-hmm.
it just makes it a lot more easy to sight read. If you were to put it on, you would have to put a different one, which would be confusing because there's nothing for on hard chromatic to tell you that it's going to be ga hard chromatic. At least not that I know of. In the scale chart, is there one?
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what note are you on there? Is that ni?
On which one?
On the Y of ready.
That would be ni, but it becomes the hard chromatic.
All right, but if that hard chromatic mark to via we're switch the next word on.
Mm-hmm. The same.
That doesn't affect the ni,
Right. Okay. So
right? Or does it?
Let
no,
me-
it doesn't, does it?
pa and a strange supper.
I suppose that's all in diatonic up to there. Like
So let's go and a strange supper, and I'll sing it. Pa vu ga vu pa ni pa vu pa vu ga vu pa ni. So what do you want to do there? You want to go ni the. You just can't do it. There's not. It has to be there.
It has to be there because even though that's ni in both scales, you want to treat it like, I mean.
You want to treat it like the, because you're going to
So
extend.
the next one is going to be, okay.
You're extending it low.
Right.
Yeah.
And that would make a difference.
The gavu, the gavu, pavu.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Because you can't make the next note D, because the next note's not D. I mean, you don't want it to be D.
Right.
You want it to act like D.
Yeah, exactly.
You want that to act like God. Alright, I guess it's sort of makes sense.
Alright.
Well,
It won't make sense at 5 minutes from now. I walk out the door and I try to like, no, he said, what the hell?
Well, it
No.
makes sense in the Greek. See, this is once again.
Makes
blame
sense
it
in
on
the Greek. It doesn't make sense
I
in the
don't
Greek
think it
either.
Yeah.
This is one of the
I
things that just
don't
doesn't make sense.
These
I
are
don't
just
think
as
they
No, but it
analyze
actually does sort of make sense now that you kind of
Yeah, because it goes down to the low,
Right.
the low pa.
It's because you want those two notes to have a certain relationship, and if you wait till the next note to do that, then like
You can't do it,
You
yeah.
can't do it, yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, in 5 minutes I won't be able to explain this to myself.
I know. It's very.
That's
So
why
the
we're
scale-
recording
I
it.
want you
So
to,
you can
I
go
want you
back
to
and
believe
watch.
that I understand it right now.
All right, there's a temper. This is the moment. This is the time. This is the outside of time thing. You know, this is the Lord's time. Okay.
Before we finish, diatonic again on.
Oh, right. We never actually kept going.
That's a very subtle point that you were talking.
The natives
I don't get
revolted
it at
before he
all,
got
but
that far.
Okay,
I'm
so
going to remind you to
ready
listen.
we go to hard chromatic from the. Then on
Yes,
count
right.
we go to hard chromatic from the.
Wait, on count is still hard chromatic.
Hard chromatic from the though.
Oh,
We go from the to the.
I'm looking at my thing here.
Ooh, because you're on
Yeah,
D, but now you're treating that next note as D too. Even
Yeah.
though it's not real. I mean,
Yeah. In the previous scale, that is not the. There.
Right. Yeah. If you didn't have that sort of resetting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yep.
This is a tough one. Why is the 10th one so darn tough?
Yep. It is.
No.
It just is.
I'm good. It's almost 8.
Yeah.
We won't be able to sing it. We'll have to wait till next week.
Yeah. I'll let you guys
Maybe-
process
Then
this.
next thing you
Could
know,
review it
nobody's
again
here
next
next
week.
week.
No, I'll be here for this one. By God.
We'll just skip straight to the 11th. What happened to the 10th? I don't know. Didn't we do
It
it?
was wrong.
Yes, it was wrong. It was
Yeah.
unnatural.
That's right. Yeah. That's.
Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bizarre. Okay. I guess I don't know if you've seen that before. We must have seen something like that. Like where you
Yeah.
sort of like reset it in the same scale.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun when
It strikes me as new.
you go from the hard chromatic to the hard chromatic. So but technically we the last note is pa. So yeah.
Right. So instead of yeah.
So
And then,
Okay.
and where do we go from?
so
CMD
So hard
2.
chromatic.
yeah. Then from there, then we took of them.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
So
so
it goes
that's-
back to.
That's back in diatonic.
Yep. And then we go back to hard chromatic,
Of course we did.
and then we end.
And
Why
I guess
wouldn't-
that makes sense.
why
Right
would-
before then.
Yep.
Why wouldn't
But
we?
what, it's just for then.
Hmm.
No, no.
Then
No, wait,
then
wait.
that just reaffirms.
No,
the
that's
hard
that's just a.
chromatic.
Oh, that's just the, again, that
Wait,
reminds
That's
you.
just a sharp.
That's,
No, that's the hard chromatic. that reminds you
that's the
it's
hard chromatic that reminds you in hard chromatic.
Yeah.
And some
Right.
of these scale changes
Whoa.
are just.
No, it doesn't remind you. You're in diatonic until that point.
Yep.
Up to the point of the.
Took of then.
Yeah.
Of
This
then.
is all in No. What? That's not a hard chromatic sign.
Oh,
That's just the.
oh, wait.
It's a sharp.
That's just a sharp. Yeah.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah. Sharp.
Anyways.
And some of these are just like certain patterns that are characteristic for Plagal 2. So it's not necessarily word painting, although sometimes you choose them
Mhm.
to fit, you know.
So some of these things you're doing just because it's Plagal too.
Yeah.
Ideally, it would support the words, but
Yeah.
if they don't, well.
So
Plagal
you might
2,
you might
gotta do 'em.
choose one of
Yeah.
them that's already part of Plagal 2. So like, count is also worthy now to rejoice spiritually in that which the disciples partook of then. So you know maybe the fact that they're whatever they were partaking of then is a sweet joy. So you switch into diatonic and
This sounds really like post hoc
Yeah.
rationalization.
yeah, it might be a theologizing into things. I'm not sure what Papa Frem was thinking. I don't know.
I don't know.
If I was composing, I would unpartook. I would go to diatonic for
So,
sure.
so when you have that, just that sharp, it's gavu, something like that.
Yep, Gavi. So,
Gavi, well, yeah, oh,
in
But it's going down, wait a
that
minute.
which thy disciples partook of then.
Man, we'll spend all next week on this one.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
Okay, so since we don't have enough time to go through this, let me just talk briefly about the 153 fish.
Fishies.
So,
So the 153
yeah, 153 fish. So there's different. Some people in the Philokalia they talk about 153 fish and what the number 153 means, and I never really understood what they were saying. It said it was like the
Does it have a meaning?
it was a certain type of number in the
prime.
certain system, and it had all these things. But I've heard another story, and eventually, once I understand the philokalia, what they described, I'll let you know. But so the disciples, being fishers of men, they were tasked to go out and baptize all nations, and make them disciples. So they went out and they caught all these fish, which is kind of like they're prefiguring their catch in the world. So and it's kind of, I guess there's a relationship between the fish and the disciples because they're very interrelated. So what do you have? You have 153, and you have 153 in both sides. So how much does that make?
Sure. 153 altogether, or 153?
It was in the two separate nets. 153 in both.
306.
Yeah, 306. Okay, so how many hierarchs are at the first ecumenical council?
That's too easy.
318.
318.
Yeah. Okay, what are we
Plus
missing?
12.
Plus 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the disciples are included in the bishops that were, like in their catch, they were caught by Christ, and the disciples went out to catch other ones. So of the entire, essentially at the first gathering of all the bishops.
So why do you double the 153?
Because there were two, the right and left side. They had two
Oh,
different
they're
nets.
153 per side.
Yeah. And so then you have both sides, and then one of the things is that kind of the penultimate, the culmination of their catch was the first gathering of all the bishops of the world, which was 318 of them, which is kind of the fulfillment of, I guess, whatever the disciples had prefigured then, where you have 153 on both sides being caught by the disciples, and the disciples themselves being those pre-bishops. The disciples made the bishops. So 153 plus 12 gives you 318, which is the bishops at the first ecumenical council.
It's a good thing they didn't all show up.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. Well, how did that?
How did it get out of here?
Obviously, that wasn't something
Gladly.
that was written at the time of the gospel.
We're getting,
As an
it's getting
interpretation.
people in here.
That's an interpretation. Yeah.
I was reading another thing too about